What is going on, guys? It's your boy Dylan the Villain coming back at you with another Total Extreme Wrestling 2020 video. It's Saturday, week 1 of May 1997, and you know what the hell that means? It's time for some Shotgun Saturday Night. We're going to do some pre-show matches. Going to introduce some talent that we have in developmental. Some of these talents you might see on Sunday Night Heat, but with that out of the way, I've been pumping Sunday Night Heat pretty hard here. We just got done recording Sunday Night Heat. But some of these talents you might see in future episodes of Sunday Night Heat. Tonight on our pre-show, in an abysmal pre-show match, Edge and Christian defeat the Pitbulls when Edge pinned Pitbull number 1 with a missile dropkick. We signed the Pitbulls away from ECW. We definitely need some more tag team. The Pitbulls are in our developmental right now, and I just wanted to see how good they were. 30 and a 32. Edge and Christian showed excellent chemistry teaming together, and the Pitbulls have tag team specialist bonus. Announcing and color commentary gave the match a boost. The match got a 37. Not bad. We move on to our main event of the pre-show before we start the show, and it is Big Daddy V taking on the Brooklyn Brawler. Big Daddy V defeats Brooklyn Brawler in 9:41 by pinfall. Brooklyn Brawler with a 23, Big Daddy V with a 45. Brooklyn Brawler debuted his slog gimmick. The most famous jobber of all time, Brooklyn Brawler. And it gets a great announcing quality, and color commentary gave the match a boost. Match got a 39. Not bad also. We're going to move on to our next segment. We open up this segment, and we see Shane McMahon and the Big Show standing in their office, you know. And Shane McMahon's talking to him, and Steve Austin walks in. Shane goes, "Oh, you were the last person I thought would walk in here." Austin's just like, "What the hell is this? I go look at the sheet for tonight, and you got me in the main event against that big red retard, Kane." And Shane goes, "Well, I mean, a match is a match. I mean, Kane's a signed competitor here in the World Wrestling Federation, just like you are." And Austin's just like, he just shakes his head, and he goes, "Look, I thought that was water under the bridge after I was a little upset about what happened at the last pay-per-view with Bret the Hitman Hart, and I wanted to let him know that he's still on my hit list." Shane goes, "Well, you did what you did. You hit me with a Stone Cold Stunner. You did what you did. But I done forgave you for that, Austin. I mean, I done." And Austin's just like, "Well, it doesn't look like it. You know, it doesn't look like it." Big Show goes, "What's the matter? You scared to take on Kane? What, you can't beat him?" And Austin looks at Big Show, and he's just like, "I ain't done with you, you know. Like, my beef with you isn't done either." He's just like, "Unlike you, I can make my own decisions on whether or not who I want to face and who I don't want to face. Unlike you little lapdog." And Big Show, he kind of gets mad, and he kind of jumps up in Austin's face, and they stand, I wouldn't say face to face, but they're chest to chest, and Big Show's looking down at Austin, and Austin's looking up at Big Show. Shane's like, "Hey, enough. All right, enough." He's like, "Show, you have a match tonight anyway." He's like, "And Austin, I know that you have a match tonight. You're in the main event against Kane. The reason I put you in the match against Kane is because we need to find out the leaderboard for who's the number 1 contender around here. Now, I know that The Undertaker beat Bret the Hitman Hart on Monday Night Raw, and now he's the number 1 contender, as much as I hate to say that. But I was kind of hoping that Bret would have pulled off the win, because the last person I want to be number 1 contender is you also. But I got to be a fair, I'm trying to be a fair boss here, trying to be a fair commissioner. So Austin, tonight you will go one-on-one with Kane. And if you beat Kane, then I say that you're number 3 in line for a title shot. And Austin's just like, whatever, you know, like, whatever. Big Show, he has that face, he's doing that face in his picture right there to Austin. And he goes, I haven't forgot about you. And Austin shoots him the bird and walks out, you know. So this segment got a 95. Tonight's main event is going to be Austin versus Kane, with the winner basically becoming the co-number 1 contender, I guess you could say, like number 3 on the line of who's getting a title shot here. Dark Days storyline advance, Bad Attitude storyline advance. I recorded this segment like 3 or 4 times trying to get it right, and I just could not get it right. This is like the 3rd time I'm recording this one segment, trying to get it right and everything like that. Basically, the gist of it is Austin goes in there. We'll do it again. Austin goes in there. He's like, hey, you wanted to see me? Shane's like, hey, you're going against Kane. He's like, why the hell am I going against Kane? You know, like, I didn't, like, you were just in the way when I gave you a stunner. Shit happens. Shane's just like, oh, yeah, well, shit happens. That's why you're going against Kane tonight. Big Show's just like, what's wrong? You're afraid of going against Kane? I took on Kane, and look at me, I survived. You're just a little punk-ass bitch. Austin's like, fuck you, I ain't a punk-ass bitch. You're the punk-ass bitch because you follow orders from Shane McMahon. Big Show got all mad and was just like, if I didn't have a match tonight, I'll whoop your ass myself. Shane's just like, hey, y'all need to quit fighting. Save it for in the ring. Y'all mad? Save it for your opponent tonight. Austin, good luck. Big Show, good luck. That type of shit. Segment got a 95. We move on to the next segment. In our opening contest, and about that heads up pro wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Rey Mysterio Jr. defeats Jerry Lynn by pinfall with the springboard hurricanrana. Rey Mysterio Jr. makes defense number 4 of his World Wrestling Federation light heavyweight title. Rey Mysterio with a 77, not bad. Jerry Lynn with a 47, not bad. Also, segment got a 72, not bad, not bad, not bad. We move on to the next segment, which I am pretty positive it's going to shit the bed. But after the match, oh, it did not shit the bed. It did okay. It did okay. Yeah, it did alright. It did alright. As you can see, it's Ultimo Dragon, and Ultimo Dragon's music hits, and he comes out, and he stands on the stage, and he has his hands balled up, and like on his hips right there, you know, and then he points at Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio's just like, alright, yeah, I see you. Ultimo Dragon making his big debut here in the World Wrestling Federation. This advances the Mexico's Finest storyline, and he debuts his Technico gimmick, which got decent, I guess. Lack of anything interesting going on in the segment, which is 40. Both these guys, not very good at talking on the mic. But we're going to move on to the next segment. And it is the Big Show match, an extremely, extremely short match. The Big Show defeats the Godfather in less than 3 minutes, in 2:53 by pinfall with a choke slam. They have excellent chemistry together, and it showed in their performance. That's quite hilarious. The Big Show with the 88 and the Godfather with a 55. Announcing in color gave the match a boost. Match got a 67. Not bad at all. Big Show going out there and taking his frustrations out on the Godfather, making quick work of the Godfather and just getting the job done. Yes. We get a 100, which I would not expect anything less with the 2 men involved into this. This advances to 3's company storyline. Rock did good, improvising, and all that stuff. So basically what's going on here is, like always, The Rock's backstage, you know, and Stephanie McMahon knocks on the door of his locker room. And The Rock opens it, he lets her in, and everything like that. And Stephanie's just like, hey, I seen what you did to Jericho, you know, and thank you for beating up that creep and taking him out. And The Rock's just like, well, he's just like, I'm not gonna take credit away from Jericho. Jericho is a very hard competitor, one of the best here in the World Wrestling Federation. But Jericho wasn't 100%. He's like, Jericho passed out and stuff. And Stephanie's like, yeah, I've seen that. And Rock's like, well, is there any update? Have you heard anything from Shane or anybody from the back of Jericho? She's like, no. Last they heard is Jericho's still hurt. Jericho's not feeling good, like Jericho's still banged up from everything that happened to him. And The Rock's kind of feeling bad. He's like, well, man, as much as I hate the guy, I don't like seeing anybody hurt or in that condition. And Stephanie's just like, yeah, well, maybe I can take your mind off of it. Rock's like, what? She's like, well, why don't we go out tonight, and instead of you paying for it this time, let me take you out. I mean, you take me to all these nice restaurants and you pay for everything. And she's like, I just want to return the favor. Rock's just like, oh no, Stephanie, you don't have to pay. It's like, if you want to go out tonight, like I'll pay. And Stephanie's like, no, I insist. I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. Rock's like, okay then. Well, he's like, I'm not booked tonight, so let's get out of here. Stephanie's like, okay, yeah, let's get out of here. So, Sammy got 100, and we move on to the next segment. And it is the Hardy Boys, and they defeat the New Age Outlaws in 7:53 when Matt Hardy pinned Road Dogg with the Omega event. As y'all know, the Hardy Boys have been pretty much taken in by Raven. The segment got a 63, 65, 67 from Jeff. And Road Dogg with a 45 and Billy Gunn with a 53. Road Dogg seemed off his game. Both teams, excellent chemistry teaming together, and the Hardys have tag team specialists. But like I was saying, for those of y'all watching, Raven took in the Hardys underneath his wing and cut a promo against, they attacked Cactus Jack, and saying the violent ways of Cactus Jack, his daredevil ways, his stuntman ways, are a bad influence in the younger generation, like the Hardys. He said he took the Hardys in because the Hardys were lost without direction, and with the guidance of Raven, they can throw away their stuntman personas and putting their bodies on the line and throwing themselves off of ladders and tables and hitting each other with chairs and doing all these crazy stunts like Cactus Jack does and Terry Funk and all the other people down there in extremely crappy wrestling. That the Hardys are not stuntmen, they're professional wrestlers, and they are going to make their own legacy here in the World Wrestling Federation. And we're going to move on to the next segment, which is a promo. Basically a retort promo from Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. And Cactus Jack is standing there, and he takes his hands and he pushes his hair back on his head, and he goes, Raven, we used to be friends, Raven, and we used to have a common enemy and a common goal. You see, back in the days, Raven, I used to not like the violent and hardcore ways because of the ECW loyal fans who said that they should cane my son. Well, they're a bunch of barbaric animals, Raven. I will agree. And the hardcore wrestling style, it's not a style for everybody. You got to be tough. You got to be willing to not only bleed, but to not only sweat, but to shed blood. And not just drops, Raven, but gallons of blood everywhere. I see that you've found a new home here in the World Wrestling Federation, just like I did. You left the land of extreme and came here to live tame, mild company, family values. But as I took in the family values, Raven, and became somebody else, I started to crack in my persona and my personality, and I became 3 different people. Not knowing who I am and what I was, I lost my direction. I lost a sense of passion. I grew tired of the family-friendly values of giving the thumbs up and smiling at the fans and signing autographs, Raven. I missed the blood and the carnage, Raven. I needed it. So here I am back as old Cactus Jack. You want to jump me, Raven, and say I'm a bad influence to the younger generation? Well, Raven, last I checked, you looked up to me. And not only did you look up to me, but you looked up to old fucker right here. I remember you coming up to us after the show and telling us that we're hardcore and that what we do is an inspiration to you, and how you liked our mic work and how you liked our in-ring work, and how it's amazing that at the age he is, that Terry Funk is still able to go. But I've beat you once before, Raven, and old Funker right here, he beat you too. You say our style of wrestling is a bad influence to the younger generation. Well, I say the younger generation, like yourself, took highly influence into us. My style of wrestling is not for everybody, I will admit, Raven. You gotta be a tough son of a bitch to do what I do, Raven. And you declare yourself the king of hardcore. You say that you're gonna take my crown, Raven. Well, and he pulls the crown of barbed wire thorns into the camera, and he goes, I will wear this crown with respect and dignity. And he ends up placing the crown on his head, and blood starting to pour out. And Terry Funk's standing there like, what the? Like, he looks at him like, oh my God, Mick. Like, calm down here. And he goes, I'll wear this crown of thorns on my head, Raven. And you can take everything that I have. You can take my empire of dirt, Raven. You can take everything from me. Because as soon as you step into the ring with me, or you send your little lapdogs to Hardy Boys, I will make them hurt. Raven, you can take everything. You can take this crown. You can take my empire of dirt. It doesn't matter. Because the only thing I enjoy is the pain and suffering of myself and you and other people. If I'm not bleeding, Raven, I'm not having fun. And that's what fun is for me, Raven. It's putting my body on the line for not only my family who are sitting at home, not my son, my daughter. No, but I do it because I enjoy it. I do it for the fans who cheer me on, who say, I'm hardcore. I'm hardcore. Well, you know what? I know I'm hardcore. I've been blown up. I've been set on fire. I know I'm hardcore. I'm beating this man next to me in death matches, and why, quite frankly, I've beaten other people in death matches too. You can send whoever you want to. You can say I'm a bad influence to whoever, Raven. But at the end of the day, I don't give a damn what you gotta say. You want to take me out of the World Wrestling Federation, then I say bring it. Because I'm not the only one who loves my style of professional wrestling, Raven. I know Funk likes it. There's a few others who I know will stand up for the extreme lifestyle that we live. You ran away from extreme, Raven, but extreme is just going to hunt you down and find you. So, Raven, like you say, Raven, Quote the Raven, nevermore. Bang, bang, and have a nice day. Segment got 100. I didn't know how to end that promo. Segment got 100, which is really freaking awesome. Hardcore, King of Hardcore storyline advances. Color commentary announcing gave the match a boost. Mick Foley basically saying that he loves this style of wrestling. If he's a bad influence to the younger generation, then that's a burden that he's going to have to bear. Wearing the crown of thorns. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, you know, but Raven was once an extreme competitor, and he's running from extreme when he was one of the most violent people in ECW. There's other people that say that, you know, there's a lot of people that says the hardcore lifestyle is barbaric and blah, 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 but Mick Foley says he loves doing it. And Raven knows that he loves doing it, and he knows that Raven loves doing it. And he doesn't understand why Raven is trying to put an end to all this hardcore nonsense. But we're going to move on to the next segment. I spent enough time on this. Let's move on to the next segment. Ah, yes. Wow, Owen Hart did not do good following your strip. But anyway, we see Owen Hart in the ring, and he's standing in the ring. Because he's in the ring, you know, because Owen Hart's in the ring. I just said that. So he's standing in the ring. And he has a mic in his hand. Oh, God, I'm trying. I made myself laugh. But anyway, he has a mic in his hand, and he goes, Angle, get your phony Olympic gold medalist ass out here and wrestle me like a real man. You say that you have your 3 eyes, your intensity, your integrity, and whatever the hell the last one is. Nobody really gives a damn. You're not a man of values whatsoever. I have more values than you do. You come out here week after week, show after show, saying how you're injured. Well, last week, you're saying that you hurt your right arm, then you come out and your left arm's the one in a cast. And then after I beat Sid, you're going to attack me? Well, I don't think you're injured at all. So why don't you get out here and face me like a real man? Kurt Angle's music comes out. And this time Kurt Angle's like like he has crutches, you know, he has like one crutch and his leg's up and he's limping. And he has a mic in his hand and both his arms are perfectly fine, but now he looks like his right foot's all taped up and he goes, Owen, I'm sorry, Owen. As much as I love to get in the ring and have a match with you tonight and show that I am the superior athlete over you, I just can't. I simply can't. While I was training, I end up spraining my ankle here, and I have documentations, and he pulls out from behind his back, and it's like a vanilla envelope, and it's like Kurt Angle's medical record, you know, like it's just a vanilla envelope, you know, like one of those, and it just, like a big black Sharpie, it just has Kurt Angle's medical record, and he opens it up and he goes, I have the documentation right here saying that my ankle is sprung and I cannot compete tonight. And the fans start booing. He goes, I know, I'm upset about it too, especially here in the K.L. Johnson complex. I know that y'all all wanted to see me compete tonight, but I'm sorry. And the fans just start booing him, you know. And they're just like, boo, you big chicken and stuff like that. And he goes, yes, I will be having chicken to help me recover tonight. But Owen, I have somebody in the back who is more than willing to take my place. And Owen goes, I don't care who the hell it is. I don't care who you send out tonight. I don't give a damn. Owen, Kurt, I don't care. I want you. And Owen, Kurt's like, I can't compete. I done told you, here's my medical records now. I can't compete. I sprung my right ankle here. But Owen, there's somebody who's more than willing to take my spot. And that man is none other than Ahmed Johnson. Ahmed Johnson comes out. And Owen just doesn't give a damn. Owen just jumps right on him. He starts beating him up. It's pretty much one-sided. And Owen locks him into the sharpshooter. I need to start putting the to advance the storyline here. I keep forgetting to do that. He puts him right in the sharpshooter. Ahmed taps out. And after the match, you know, Kurt's still up on the stage. Nice, fucking A. 100. Nice, nice, nice. Kurt's still up on the stage, and he goes, wow, what an incredible match. Let's hear it for Owen Hart, everybody. And everybody's just like, yay. You know, because Owen's still kind of a bad guy. And Owen grabs the mic after the match, and he's like, Kurt, I'm sick and freaking tired of this. I'm sick and tired of you hiding behind competitor after competitor after competitor. I don't know who else you want me to beat, Kurt. There's everybody on the roster. I've done beating every single person you had to throw in front of me. He goes, you have until Monday, Kurt. He goes, I know that documentation is bullcrap, and it's a phony documentation. And Kurt's standing there. He's like, what? No. You know, he's like, this is from my doctor. This is from my doctor. What are you talking about? And Kurt's like, I know that documentation is a bunch of bullcrap. I tell you what, Kurt, if you don't face me on Monday Night Raw, then I'm going to come back there and find you, and we're just going to have a match. We're just going to have a impromptu match. I'm just going to come backstage, find you, and I'm going to whoop your ass. And the crowd's just like, oh, yeah, fuck yeah, violence. And Kurt's just like, whoa now, whoa. Hold on here. Calm down, Owen. Okay, this is a family-friendly show, okay? I don't want to hear that type of language, all right? I don't want to hear that type of language, okay? You need to calm down. And I was like, no, I'm not going to calm down. Either you accept my match on Monday Night Raw, or you might as well just not show up on Monday Night Raw. And I'll find out where you live, and I'll kick your ass at your house. And Kurt's just like, well, now you're threatening my family and my personal life. He goes, I tell you what, Owen, come Monday Night Raw, I should be at 100%, okay? I should be. My ankle should be fine by then. You want a match, okay? You want a match with the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle? Why, Owen, you got it, okay? You have it, all right? I'll see you on Monday Night Raw, Owen. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. And the segment got 100. And Owen, he crutches off the stage, you know. And Owen's in the ring. He's just flustered. He's mad. He's like, yeah, you're damn right. I'm going to get my match. You know, I'm going to beat your ass one way or the other. You know, I'm going to get it. So we move on to the next segment, which got 100, which I believe is a promo. Nice. Hell yeah. I was kind of worried that this wasn't going to get 100. But we're backstage. And we see Michael Cole. And he's standing next to Steve Austin's locker room. And he goes, up next, Steve Austin has a match against one of the most vicious people here in the World Wrestling Federation, Kane. Let's see if I can get a few words with him before his match. And before Cole even knocked on the door, Steve Austin walks out and he goes, what the hell do you want? Michael Cole's like, Austin, I know that you're not the one who lost the tag team match for your tag team. After the match, what was going through your mind? You helped out one of your bitter enemies, Bret Hart, here. And Steve Austin's just like, well, you know, sometimes a man has to be a man. And he goes, as much as I hate Bret, the shit man Hart, I had to do what I had to do. And he goes, I don't like seeing a man get double teamed in any way. He's like, I like handling my business one-on-one. If I got a beef with somebody, if I have an issue, if I have an issue with somebody, I step up like a man and take it on one-on-one. And he goes, I know Mark personally, and this Mark ain't the Mark that I know. Mark, or The Undertaker, would never jump somebody and attack somebody from behind. So I had to do what I had to do. And Michael Cole was just like, well, yeah, it ended up biting you in the ass. Steve Austin's just like, well, you know, I go out of my way to help him out. And he thanks me by low blowing me in the nuts and leaving me for Kane and The Undertaker. He said, to my knowledge, Kane and Undertaker don't want anything to do with me. They're looking for Bret Hart, and they're looking for that World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship match. Title. He goes, but tonight I got to go one-on-one with Kane. He goes, everybody who's faced Kane came up on the losing end or did not come out at all. And he goes, I ain't no little punk ass little bitch, right? He's like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do what a man has to do. And he's just like, are you worried about the numbers game between Kane and The Undertaker? You know, because you know, if Kane's by, The Undertaker's nearby too. And Stone Cold's like, I don't give a damn. You know, I don't give a shit. I'm a man. I'm going to do what a man has to do. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to whoop some ass. So we go on to the match. And the match is in a draw. Kane, with a double count out, they end up fighting. God dang it. No fucking storyline. Golly. I need to remember that. I need to keep remembering that. So, Kane and Paul Bearer are out there. And Paul Bearer, you know, is, oh yeah, and doing all that stuff. And they're fighting all over the ring. And then Austin hits the clothesline. You know, it's, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a back and forth match. Like, Austin's laying in the boots. And every time he lays in the boots, Kane just gets right back up. And Austin's kind of getting burned out and exhausted. And Austin ends up hitting him over the ropes, and Kane falls on the ropes, and Austin goes out there, and he just starts fighting him. I guess Austin realizes that there's no possible way that he can wear down Kane. Kane's just a monster who's, you know, he's an unstoppable being, like kind of like The Undertaker, you know. And they end up going to a double countout, you know. They just fight out the ring, and the referee ends up counting them out. They end up fighting in the crowd, and the referee counts him out as Austin trying to pick up a victory by count out, but he ends up getting caught by The Undertaker and Sting, and The Undertaker ends up basically like trapping Austin outside, you know, like Paul Bearer grabs Austin's feet to where he can't make it in the ring, to where they both get a double count out, and pretty much how that's going to work. In my mind, it makes sense, but hopefully, like visualizing it, it doesn't make sense. Like, Paul Bearer basically, like, grabbed Steve Austin's legs, you know, and trying to keep him out from getting back into the ring and winning the match. Like, Austin's just like, hey, I can't beat this guy 1, 2, 3. Like, I can't wear his ass down. I'm going to have to throw him out the ring and win by count out, you know. A win's a win is basically what Austin's saying. But after the match, Undertaker and Sting come out, and they go to beat up Austin, and Bret Hart's music hits, and Bret Hart runs out there, and he has a steel chair in the ring. Not the ring. He has a steel chair in his hand, and Sting and the Undertaker and Kane kind of just like slide out of the ring, and Bret Hart comes in the ring, and he clears house. You know, he's hitting the chair on the ropes and stuff like that, and Austin kind of sitting in the, like, he's in the middle of the ring, and he's starting to get up. You know, he's bleeding from the attack from Sting, Kane, and the Undertaker, and he's bleeding. And Bret Hart stands there, and Austin, they look, you know, and Bret Hart puts out his hand for Austin to help Austin up, and Austin kind of just looks at him a little bit, and he accepts it, and Austin picks him up like that, you know. And Bret Hart's still standing there with the steel chair, and he's pointing at the Undertaker, you know, and Sting's just standing there with the bat on his shoulder, and Undertaker's just standing with that look on his face. You know, they're all just like emotionless. And all of a sudden, Austin turns Bret Hart around and gives him a stunner, you know, and hits Bret Hart with a stunner, and then shoots him the bird, and then leaves the ring and walks up the ramp and leaves Bret Hart there. As Sting and the Undertaker and Kane are on the outside of the ring by the, like, where the announcer table are, and they watch the whole thing go down. And Undertaker and Kane go to step forward to get in the ring, and Sting is like kind of like a half a step in front of him, and he puts his hand out to stop him. He stops the hand with the bat. He stops the Undertaker, and his other hand he stops Kane. And he shakes his head, and he puts his bat back on his shoulder, and the lights the lights go out and thunder hits the ring and they're gone. And leaving Bret Hart in the ring with the steel chair by himself. The show finishes with we finished the show with a rating of a 91. Not bad. Not bad. I'm positive this match would have did better if I had it associated with storyline, along with the Ahmed Johnson thing. Fans like shit being associated with storylines, but still got a 91. Not bad. We're going to go ahead and finish the show. But yeah, guys, like always, thank y'all for watching the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel if y'all want to see more. Like the video, it helps us out a lot. Let's see what's going on here. He's retiring. ECW TV. Let's see. Sabu and Shane Douglas defeats Steve Williams and Tommy Dreamer. David Jericho defeats Raven. Yeah, well, Raven. See, he's still in ECW. Told you. Terry Gordy and Mikey Whipwreck and Chaz defeat One Man Gang and the Commission. The Conspirators. The Gangsters defeat the Eliminators for the ECW World Tag Team Championships. The Eliminators, no, that's weird. I signed the Pitbulls, not the Eliminators. The Gangsters defeat the Eliminators for the tag team titles. Ricky Morton and Dave Finlay beat them. Not bad. Still got a 69. Not bad at all. I would see why they are wanting to branch away from us and start doing their own thing. Raven picking up the win. Let's see what he got. Raven with 100. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. He's super fucking over in ECW. Let's see what Sabu and them got. Yeah, he's super fucking over in ECW. Golly. Wow. Yep. Let's see here. Did a little new champion in ECW. New Jack and Mustafa. Anyway, like I always say, guys, well, I'm jumping ahead here. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. The icon will be right here. If you like this episode and want to watch previous episodes, click the playlist down below and go back and watch it. Like the video, guys. It helps us out a lot. Leave a comment down below if you're liking this, or if you have ideas of who you want to see pushed, or if you have a favorite wrestler that you want to see more of. Let me know down below. Let me know down below, and I'll try my best to come up with a storyline for them and get them featured more on the show. Also, I know I've been pimping it. I've been pimping the hell out of it. But tomorrow, after the next episode will be, instead of Monday Night Raw, will be Sunday Night Heat. Heat will basically be like a C show. Like Shotgun Saturday Night's kind of like a A- show, while Raw's like the A+ show. Shotgun Saturday Night will be like the B+, A- show, and Sunday Night Heat will be like the C show. Basically, like all the developmental workers that I signed and guys on the lower end of the card will be featured on Sunday Night Heat to basically give them TV time and to help bring up their pop a little bit faster than them just being in developmental. Because I don't have my own network, because I'm WWF in 97, I don't have buku money. But basically to get them some TV time and stuff like that and everything like that. But I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I hope y'all enjoy Sunday Night Heat. And like I always say, guys, if you can't play with each other, then please, please, please play with yourself. This has been Dylan the Villain. Later, guys.